Kenny? Question mark?
You brought up Aaron Rodgers. Let's touch that real quick. Rodgers is also set to meet with your New York Giants in a similar type meeting as he did with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, first of all, I have no understanding what the Giants are doing, and no one in Detroit cares. Here's my question. We know the Giants are beyond help. The Steelers always have a winning record. They always are kind of in the mix.
Yes.
They've added DK Metcalf.
Yes.
George Pickens is a psycho, but he's good, right? If Aaron Rodgers signs there, here's my question. What does it do for the Steelers? Does it help them maintain
Yes.
being a 10 win? Can it get them to 12 wins?
Yes. What they're hoping is that they could get out of that wild card weekend and maybe into the second weekend where now maybe you get a little bit of luck. Somebody gets injured, bad weather game. You play a home game in Pittsburgh. It helps you out. It separates you from where you are.
And look, the Bengals are a little bit of a mess. Now, the Ravens are the constant, and Cleveland's nowhere close. So to your point, I think if you're in Pittsburgh, you believe you have a shot at that division. Why wouldn't you if you had Aaron Rodgers?
But now I'm thinking.
What?
You know, his PR team saying it reminds him a lot of Green Bay.
It's a family business.
Aren't the Giants family owned?
Yes. Except we're the hillbilly moonshiners who can't spell our own name. We're a 3-win team, Rico.
That still may remind him of.
Fine. If he wants to come to our log cabin, go ahead. We go from 3 to 5 wins.
But no, for the Steelers, I think they're looking to get out of the wild card.
Okay. Kenny,
simple.
question mark.
Kenny?
Puka Nacua.
Kenny?
Puka Nacua was talking about retiring by the age of 30. He referenced Aaron Donald. He also said things of the nature of he wants to be with his family. He doesn't want to be broken down, old athlete type of guy. He wants to be able to enjoy essentially life after football. Do you think this is going to be a popular trend in football? Because I think once you make your money, I have a hard time telling the guy that that's a bad idea.
See, I think once you make your money and if you get a Super Bowl ring or two, you kind of really have to start asking yourself, well, why am I going out here taking the abuse week after week? I can go and work on a TV network, make money, not like you would in the NFL, but I've already done that. And I can be able to live my life and play with the kids and do everything and not have to worry about concussion protocol and blown out knees and things like that. I can't. If you win a Super Bowl early in your career, you don't have to have that 25-year career.
He said a lot. I agree. Question mark? No, it's just it takes a special guy to leave bread on the table. Are more of them doing it? Yes. Is it going to be this widespread thing? No, because money talks.
Yeah, but Mike, if you win something early now, are you just chasing dollars? Hey, I'm going to go play for the Cardinals because they're going to pay me.
How many guys care? How many guys really care? That's the difference. You think more do than I do, but I'm a cynic.
At a point, though, I mean, how much money is actually worth that kind of a risk? I mean, you want to enjoy your life after football.
Look, TJ has sat in here with us and said he knows what he signed up for, and he took 10 years off his life at a minimum, and he would do it all over again. A lot of guys are just of the mindset they're going to keep playing, that they don't want to let it go, because you end up coming out into the workforce as a 34-year-old who barely has an 8th grade education and no discernible skills other than hurting people. I mean, the reality is these guys aren't getting meaningful degrees in college, and they've never had to work. This has been their work. So, yeah, it's a pretty scary life to pop out there and you realize, I can't read. That's tough. Little tough in the job force.
If not, you're Jerry Rice is a Seahawk or Emmitt Smith is a Cardinal.
But that's the whole thing. It's a very scary reality. Look, retirement sounds great until you wake up and realize you're 33. That's not the same thing. There's more to do in life.
It just seems like the dream, but you're right. We have degrees that work. So, yes.
Kenny?
That gym teacher degree doesn't just,
That's right.
Basket weaving.
Deion Sanders speaking about where he thinks his son will be drafted.
Wait, Deion's talking?
I know. Believe it or not.
Go ahead. What does he have to say now?
All he had to say about where his son will be drafted is, let's hope it's New York. What are your thoughts on how he would look in a New York market?
I don't think it would go well. I will root for him because I root for the jersey. Do I think he's a good fit for that town and that media the way he acts and talks, and you know his dad, who is basically LeVar Ball in a cowboy hat, the way he talks, the heat that will put on his son, I think it's a bad fit. I think Shedeur is much better off going to a team that has a more cemented offensive line, a nurturing environment, and I think he could.
You know what? You're right.
But stylist.
Do you want what's best for your son, or do you want your son to have all the hype and the TV presence? If Deion was smart, correct.
Yeah.
You go someplace and you kind of get hidden away from the league, you learn the craft, you get better. That's not what he wants. And I feel sorry for Shedeur, because even if he just wants to go and be quiet and just kind of be one of the 53 on the team, Dad is not going to allow that. His Colorado press conferences will all start with an update of what his son did last week and how they're not using him correctly.
And here's the other thing, Kenny, I'm not telling you it's a perfect place for him, but everybody thinks a certain thing about this town, and it's not true. But it's a place like Vegas. Vegas is actually a pretty sleepy market. He's not a tourist, right? You're not going to be hanging out on the Strip. You go to Vegas, Tom Brady plays a big role there. It's a quiet media market. It's not a big market.
No.
Vegas would be a much better place for him. But if he goes to the Giants, what am I going to do? I got to root for the guy. I just hope he grows up, because New York will eat him alive.
Bleacher Report came out with a list of buying or selling these rumors a month ahead of the NFL draft.
Okay.
Let's run down a couple of them and see what you guys think.
All right. And it's buy or sell.
Buy or sell. Do you buy this rumor or are you selling it? Giants are still in for Russell Wilson. That's the first one. That's
I'm going to buy this because they have to have a quarterback. Mike, I know poverty team, yes, but you're not running the Wildcat all year. You have to have a quarterback.
The problem is he visited and left without a contract, and that didn't make sense to me. And then it's been radio silent. For fun, I'll sell.
I think that's because everybody is still waiting to see where Aaron Rodgers ends up. Once he takes his chair, then all the dominoes will fall into place.
There's been a weird amount of buzz around the Titans and their number one draft choice. Buy or sell, the Titans still haven't made a decision on what they're going to do with that pick.
I buy that as well, because there's no generational quarterback out there, air quotes. Do you take the best player? Do you find a team that's desperate because this quarterback like, let's just say Deion Sanders heats up and now it's a bidding war for him, and they can just, you know what? We'll trade back to the second or third spot, pick up your number one pick next year. I don't think I don't think they know, Kenny, because there's so many different players. There's not that one player that you just have to have.
Let's have some fun. Sell. They're going to realize real quick, if they don't take a quarterback, they're effed. Cam Ward's the only quarterback. So they either take Cam Ward or they move out of that pick. I think they've made that decision. But for fun, I'm just busting balls. Look, the top of this draft is, if you need a quarterback, you're screwed.
Because if it were me, I'd take Abdul Carter.
Buy or sell, Jackson Dart is getting first round buzz.
100%. I said this before. Any of your little reports, Kenny? I'm all in.
You did.
It's happening.
You did.
I can't wait. It's happening.
Yeah,
Jackson Dart to the Saints. It's happening.
I mean, I'm seeing as high as a top 10 pick now. Like,
he's basically going to be this year's JJ.
I'll see. I was thinking more of
What?
Colts quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
Oh, you mean Cookies guy?
Yeah, but remember, he started off, he was a second rounder, and then he was in the low 20s, and then he goes 4.
And a last one here, Trey Hendrickson could sit out the 2025 season without a new contract. Buy or sell?
Sell. Sitting out means retirement, but sell. They're still talking. I think the Bengals will come down off of their price demand, and by draft night, they're going to take what they can get.
I'm selling as well, and it goes to what you said earlier in this segment. He likes money. You don't get your money if you sit out. So
I've heard that.
I'm angry, but I'll just go out there and play angry. I don't have to speak to you people. I don't have to talk to management, but give me my check.
And that is in football today?
Question mark?
Huh?